And we're playing basketball. Sioux Valley, or Rachel Miller, had it, went down to Pulse, who had the ball. She was able to get that away. So MCM has the ball. Morgan Kepsel on the left wing gets it over to Pulse, back over to Krantz. Krantz to Pulse on the left. They're swinging around the perimeter, looking to get inside. Pulse drives into the lane, lays it up, in and good for two. Sioux Valley pushes the ball across the court quickly. Get the ball to Rachel Miller. It's back out to Rodden, who sets up the offense, drives into the lane, goes up against Morgan Kepsel. They're guarding Carly Granum tightly, kind of in a one-on-one situation. Everybody else is kind of playing a zone. Rachel Miller's open on the left baseline, puts up a shot, knocked out of bounds by MCM. I guess knocked out of bounds by Sioux Valley, and it'll be MCM basketball. Sioux Valley is in a full court press, trying to generate as many turnovers as they can, so slow down this inside offense that MCM has. They get the ball across the court. Erickson has the ball now for MCM. Looking to get the ball down low to Godlob, who is posting up on Mike and Vincent. Vincent knocked the ball away. It'll be MCM ball underneath their own basket. Inbounds by Erickson. Erickson's looking to Pulse to get the ball. Erickson tried to get free underneath, and they put it up front to back out to Pulse. Up top to Krantz. Turnover. Granum got the ball. She gets it to Vincent. Vincent dribbles across. Gets the ball down the left baseline to Lindsey Stevens. Rodden has the ball. Stevens drives into the lane. She gets fouled by Gottlob. Puts up a shot, and it's a good. Nice play by Stevens to generate some contact and get a shot off at the same time. She'll get a chance with the and one, the hoop and the harm. Her free throw's up. In and out. Rebound by Kepsel. MCM gets the ball down the floor quickly. Erickson at the top. Looking at Godlob and Erickson. JC Pulse goes into the lanes. Rebound by Godlob. Put it up left hand. Gets her own rebound. Puts the second shot up, and that's good. So your score is 4-2. MCM leads this game. Rodden gets the ball down low to Stevens. Stevens from the right baseline. Puts it up and in, and it's good. From about 15 feet on the right baseline. Picked off by Stevens. Nice layup. Gives 6-4 lead to Sioux Valley. Sioux Valley, the press seems to be working. Here's Gottlob on the right, trying to dribble across the 10-second line. She's in a trap situation. Gets the ball to Pulse to Kepsel, who dribbles it across. Looks to get it down low to Gottlob, but that's taken away by Miller. Knocked off Miller's foot and out of bounds. Just couldn't quite get the handle on that ball, but it was a nice vision and defensive play by her. Erickson will bring the ball inbounds. Here's Kranz at the top of the key. Gets it to Pulse. Looking to get the ball down low. Kepsel up against Stevens. Stevens just battling down low to Kepsel. Long pass underneath, little skip pass to Kepsel, and that's up and in and good. That ties up this ball game 6-6. Rodden goes right into the paint. Her shot is blocked by Kepsel, who corralled the ball, and she gets the ball to Pulse. Dribbles across this half-court line. Ball's over to Krantz now. Krantz driving to her left, puts a ball up and in, and it's good. Used Kepsel sort of as a block there. Rodden to Miller. Miller's wide open. They're going to let her shoot from about 15 feet, and she'll nail it. With 4:56 to go, the score is 8-8. So Sioux Valley press still on in full court. Kranz has the ball on the left baseline. Gets it down low to Godlob, guarded by Stevens. Little up and around under on Vincent. That ball is good for Godlob. That's her fourth point of the game. Sioux Valley ball now. Stevens over on the left baseline. Rodden, top of the key. Granum from the top of the key for three. Just a little short. Rebound by Kepsel. They're going to call a foul on Miller, who had her hand on the ball and probably a little arm too. That'll be her first foul of the game. Into the game, number 41, Madison Kepsel for Godlob. Again, the full court press is on. Looking to get the ball. Here's Pulse with the ball, guarded by Stevens and Miller. Looking for help. She gets it to Kepsel. Rodden is back, looking to defend all alone. Krantz gets the shot off. and in and good from about 10 feet on the left baseline. Vincent to Stevens down low. Wide open Miller underneath. She puts that ball up and in. Nice look by Stevens to get the ball to the open player. MCM with a 12-10 lead with 3:58 to go in the first quarter. We got a heck of a game here, folks. Here's Erickson, guarded by Miller. She drives into the lane, puts up a shot over Vincent. That's no good. Rebounded by Kepsel. They're going to call a foul on Vincent. That's Madison Kepsel down low. She'll get a chance at a couple of free throws. That's Vincent's first foul of the game. Madison Kepsel makes her first free throw. Makes the score 13-10 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Kepsel's second free throw is up and in and good. 14-10. Sioux Valley basketball. Rodden. Again, they're guarding Carly Granum 1-1. Now they're running a man-to-man offense, or defense now. Rodden's open for three. She decided to let it go. Krantz is all over her. Rodden's open from about 12 feet. Shots up and in. Nope. Rebound by Miller, who puts the ball up and in. Nobody was there to rebound except for Miller. She had a wide open shot. Erickson drives the lane, puts the ball up and in and good. That's her first points of the game. Miller has the ball on the right baseline. She's fouled by Madison Kepsel. That's her first foul of the game. It's on the floor, a non-shooting foul. So it'll be Sioux Valley basketball underneath their own basket. Out of their set play, we'll see what we have coming around. Trying to look for Granum for three. There's Miller down low, out to Rodden. Rodden gets it out to Stevens for three from the top of the key. A little short. Rebound by Krantz. Gets the ball to Pulse. Pulse guarded by Granum. They are working hard to deny Granum any chance at a shot, but that might wear down Krantz later on in this game. We'll see what happens. Pulse drives into the lane. They're going to call a foul, a push, as she drove into the lane on Carly Granum. That's her first foul of the game. Non-shooting foul will be MCM ball underneath the basket. It's 16-12. MCM leads Sioux Valley. Ball's down low to number 51, who checked into the game. That's Abigail Van Ruler, who had a shot and she missed it, and she fouled at the same time on the rebound. 16-12 with 2:39 to go. A couple of changes out. MCM's going with the size. They have 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3" out there on the floor right now. Rodden dribbling out, finds Granum. Granum finds Miller. Miller puts a shot up in the lane, and that's good. Rachel Miller doing the bulk of the scoring here, working hard. Her and Stevens. Ball's all the way down the floor. They get it to Van Ruler, who is underneath the basket, uncontested. Rodden has the ball on the right wing. Granum looks to get an open shot. Double teamed by Krantz and Kepsel. Swinging the ball to Stevens. Back to Rodden. They're going to slow things down a little bit with 20 seconds to go. Granum has the ball deep in the right wing to Stevens, to Miller. Kepsel's on Miller, but giving her plenty of space. Stevens is open from about 19. She puts a shot up, and it's good. 8 points for Lindsay Stevens, 8 points for Rachel Miller. It's 18-16 with 1:40 to go. They pull off the press a little bit. Erickson has the ball. She brings it up. Gets the ball to Krantz. Skip pass to Kepsel for three from the left wing. That's short. Rebound by Van Ruler. Back out to Krantz for three. That's in and out. Rebound by Rodden. Rodden's going to push the ball down the court. Look for somebody who's open. They get it to Vincent. To Rodden, who drives into the lane. She's open. Crowd thinks she kind of pushed off. Rebound by Miller. Kicks it back out to Vincent. To Stevens. Stevens going to drive into the lane. Rodden is open for three. Just a little long. Rebound by Kepsel. She gets it to Erickson. Erickson's guarded by Granum. Erickson's going to try to drive all the way down. Tries to throw a pass back to Madison Kepsel. It goes out of bounds and into the locker room. Pulse back in for MCM. And Natalie Godloff is back in. Anna Hines comes into the game for MCM too. gives Crayons a break, who's been working hard defensively to deny Grantham the ball at any opportunity she can. Here's Hines with the ball. She gets the ball over to Pulse for three. She nails that shot. JC Pulse is wide open on the right baseline. Out of the inbounds play. Rodden's going to drive into the lane. Double teamed with a lot of height. Vincent to Stevens. Stevens going to drive into the lane. Kick it back out to Rodden. Rodden's going to drive into the lane. Passes it to Miller. Back to Rodden. Rodden dribbles, get open. Back to Miller, who's open. Puts up a nice little 15-foot jump shot that goes up and in and good. 21-18 with 19 seconds to go. MCM leads this ball game by 3. It's been a tight matchup so far, pretty fast-paced. Kepsel has the ball, gets it to her older sister. Pulse is going to drive into the lane up against Stevens. Rebound by Gottlob over Rodden. Ball's up and in and good. And that is the quarter. So our score is 23-18, a 5-point game, much closer than it was the first time around. We're going to take a break for 1 minute. We'll be back. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. We're back to basketball here in Chester, where it is now Sioux Valley basketball. They have it at the top of the key with Rodden, who's looking to set some things up. She gets the ball to Stevens over on the right wing. Get the ball back out to Grantham, back to Stevens. Over to Rodden at the top of the key. Down low to Miller. Miller to Rodden from the left for three. She missed that shot. Rebounded by Kepsel. She gets the ball to Crayons, who dribbles down left wing already. Skip pass all the way over to Pulse. Over to Erickson for three. And she traveled before she got the ball, so that's a turnover, and her three wasn't good either. So it'll be Sioux Valley basketball again with 7:27 to go. Their score is 23-18. Little directional change for where the ball should be inbounds to be on the side in front of the, looks like the Chester faithful who have shown up to watch some basketball here tonight. Cassie Rodden has the ball at the top of the key. They're looking to set something up. Lindsay Stevens has the ball on the right wing. Passes it back out to Grantham for three, and she drills it from three-point land, about 3 feet deeper than she needed to be. That's where the shot was open. Makes it a 2-point game, 23-21 with 7 minutes to go. Here's Pulse on the right. Gets it to Erickson, passes it to Krantz. Inside to Gottlob, taken away by Vincent. Vincent sees Stevens underneath the basket. She puts it up and in, and it's good. Nice look from Vincent to Stevens to even up this game, 23-23 with 6:45 to go. Pulse bringing the ball up onto the right. She's guarded by Grantham. Now she's double teamed by Miller. We've got a zone defense by Sioux Valley. Gottlob tried to put the ball up over Stevens, who had her posted up. Skip pass over to Grantham on the right baseline. Gets it back to Rodden. Rodden sees Stevens open from the left baseline for three. Shot up quick and good, but rebounded by Gottlob. Again, we got a tie ball game, 23-23 with 6:17 to go. Stevens is going to bother Morgan Kepsel here a little bit. Get her to force the ball across the court. Skip pass to Erickson. Down low, Erickson. They're going to call a foul, I think, but when she took off, calling that on Rachel Miller. It's her second foul of the game. Call Rachel Miller with a push. It'll be MCM basketball underneath their own basket. Pass over to Crayons is open from the left baseline. Shots up, no good. Rebound by Stevens. Stevens to Rodden, who's going to run in transition. Thinks about going into the paint, gets it back out to Stevens. Over to Miller, who's open if she wants it from about 10 feet. Kepsel's just giving her plenty of time. Gets the ball back out to Stevens. Stevens hands it off to Rodden. They're going to set up the play again. We got the ball to Granum, being pestered by Krantz. Over to Rodden for back to Vincent. Vincent's going to drive into the paint. Stevens for three, and that's good. Lindsay Stevens over on the right side of the arc puts a nice shot up and gives Sioux Valley a 3-point lead, 23-26 with 5:21 to go. Erickson's going to shoot from the left baseline. She puts that shot up and in and good. Sioux Valley leads 26-25. Rodden will get the ball down the court to Stevens. To Rodden from the top of the key for three. Just a little bit off. Rebound by Gottlob. Gets the ball to Kepsel, who's going to run the ball back. Guarded by Stevens. Gets the ball over to Pulse. To Erickson down low to Erickson. Strong post move. Late whistle looks like, as Pulse is forcing her way in there. And they're going to call that for some reason on Stevens, who had her ground stood right there. So she'll get a chance at a couple of free throws. Makes the first one. Kind of see some frustration on Morgan Kepsel's face as she gets up there down low. She really wants to score this basketball and kind of take command. Her second shot as she lines it up. A little strong. Rebound by Rodden. Tie ball game, 26-26 with 4:46 to go. Vincent drives into the lane. She was kind of hammered. She gets the ball back from Kepsel, puts a shot up. It's blocked by Kepsel, but they're going to call her with the foul on that shot. It's Kepsel's first foul of the game, and Vincent's going to get a chance at a couple of free throws. Again, the score is tied with 4:39 to go. It's 26-26. Vincent went up with a left-hand layup. Missed it. Her first free throw is no good. Van Ruler comes into the game for Gottlob. Granum and Rodden switch spots as Vincent lines up her second free throw. Second one's up, in, and good. Full court press again. Pulse breaks it. She gets around Granum, looking to get the ball to Van Ruler. So we got Van Ruler, Madison Kepsel, Morgan Kepsel out there. Erickson, that's not Erickson, that's Krantz for three. Rebound, long rebound by Rodden. Gets it to Granum. Granum's open for three. A little long. Rebound by Van Ruler. Pestered by Stevens. Stevens looking to do defensively whatever she can. Pulse brings the ball up. Gets it to Kepsel. Kepsel gets it down low to the other Kepsel, and their shot was short. Vincent gets the ball to Miller, who pulls up. Rodden has a chance at a three. She dribbles into the lane, sees Kepsel, passes, skip pass to Stevens for three. Stevens' shot is good. 30-26. Sioux Valley leads this game. Full court press, looking to trap Kepsel in the corner. She skips it all the way over to Pulse. Pulse, who's guarded by Miller. She goes around Miller, up against Vincent. Vincent tied her up, but they're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay MCM ball, but nice defensive play by Mike and Vincent as Pulse challenged her. And she put both hands up and went right into her. MCM looking to bring the ball into the game for MCM. Rosanna Heinz shot a three-pointer, but she missed it. Got it to Granum all the way down the floor to Stevens, who was running the length of the court. That ball's off and in and good. Stevens taking control of this ball game. It's 32-26 with 3:14 to go. Krantz has the ball. Pulse to Krantz on the left wing. Try to get the ball down low, knocked away by Granum. Retrieved by Rodden to Granum. Granum to Vincent. Vincent slows things down. Skip pass to Miller, who's left alone. Doesn't want to take the shot. Rodden to Stevens. Stevens going to dribble in. Pass it to Granum. Gets it to Rodden. Miller's open. Shot from the left baseline from about 18 feet is no good. Rebounded by Madison Kepsel. MCM's going to slow this game down a little bit as Sioux Valley has edged out a 6-point lead here. Krantz has it on the left baseline. Gets it to Hines. Hines skip pass back to Krantz. Down low to Madison Kepsel. Puts the ball up and in and good. In the paint move. Nice, strong move. Mike and Vincent really couldn't do much of anything right there. And she stood her ground, and Kepsel made a nice, strong post move. The shot was up and in and good. Gives it a 4-point lead to Sioux Valley. 2:25 to go, 28-32. Kepsel can shorten that lead to 3 if she makes her free throw. Free throw's up and good. Rodden's going to bring the ball all the way down. 13-foot jump shot off the backboard. It's no good. Rebound by Van Ruler. Van Ruler to Erickson. Erickson's going to slow things down here. Looks like MCM's going to be a little more deliberate in how they've set up their offense. All the way over to Godloff for 3. That shot is short. Rebound by Van Ruler. Tied up by Vincent. Ball is all over the place. Madison Kepsel had the ball. Rebound by Vincent. Madison Kepsel was all over her. She was trying to dribble the ball down the court. And they're finally going to call a foul on Madison Kepsel. That's her second foul of the game. Morgan Kepsel will check in for Madison. Pulse will check back in too for Hines. Sioux Valley basketball has it on the far side of the court. Rodden will set up the offense. At the top of the key, she's got an opening. Shot is blocked by Van Ruler. Who gets the ball to Pulse. Slowing things down a little bit. Sioux Valley in a zone defense. Erickson has it. Skip pass all the way over to Kepsel for 3. That shot's off. Rebound by Granum. Granum's going to bring the ball down the court. Off her knee. She loses control. Erickson picks it up. Granum was looking to see somebody down deep. Took her eyes. Kind of lost control of the ball. Pulse has the ball now. They're trying to get it down low. Pulse drives into the lane. Shot swatted away. And Pulse will get a chance at a couple of free throws. They're going to call that shot, that foul, on Mike and Vincent. That's Vincent's third foul of the game. He's doing a lot defensively, down low, just working hard. Pulse will make that free throw. It's 30-32 with 1:14 to go. Pulse can make it a 1-point game, and she does. 31-32. Sioux Valley has a 1-point lead. 1:10 to go in the first half. Get the ball to Stevens. Stevens, guarded by Kessel, pass back to Granum for 3, and she makes that from the distance. Granum starting to get some open shots as the defense of MCM starting to fade a little bit on there. Down low to Van Ruler, shots up and over. Rebound by Godlob, who puts the shot up and in and good. Rodden's going to bring the ball up to the point. Stevens back to Rodden. Stevens, who's open. Thought about driving into the paint. Granum has the ball. Erickson's on her now. Rodden for 3. Off the top of the backboard. Rebound by Kepsel. Kepsel's going to bring it across the half-court line. Look for an opening. She finds Van Ruler down low, who just forces her way into Vincent. Vincent played good defense there. Stood her ground. Rodden being guarded. Here's Miller for 3. Shot's just off. Kepsel rebounds it. Van Ruler has it. And there goes your buzzer. So that's your first half. It's a tie ball game, 35-35 after 16 minutes of basketball. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back to give you some statistics, or at least scoring statistics that we have up here in the sort of not really the crow's nest in the wrestling room behind what's going on. So we'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. And we're back to basketball, or at least halftime here in your semifinal game between McCook Central Montrose Fighting Cougars and the Sioux Valley Cossack Girls. This is the Big East Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. We're in the semifinal here in a whale of a ball game where it's tied up 35-35 at halftime. Majority of the scoring for Sioux Valley Cossacks has been by two people, with Lindsey Stevens raking in 18 points so far with a couple of threes, and followed by Rachel Miller, who has 10 points, all from mid-range jump shots, and maybe, I think there was one layup that she had, but mainly doing a mid-range jump shot where they're leaving her wide open and she's taking those shots. Otherwise, Carly Granum has 2 3-pointers and has 6 points. MCM has been pestering her defensively in they started out like in a box and one type of offense where they play 4 people play zone and they have one person 1-and-1 on that shooter outside, and so that worked to minimize Carly Granum's looks at the basket from the perimeter. But Sioux Valley was able to generate some set plays to be able to get her the ball, and she was able to sink any shot that she gets her hands on, which has only been about 2 of them. She's taken 2 shots, and she's made 2 shots, I think, from distance. Mike and Vincent has 1 point where she made that on a free throw. Mike and Vincent has had to do the bulk of the defensive work against the much taller MCM players. Again, they've got players who are 6 foot, 2 players that are 6 feet tall, one is 6'2", another one is 6'3". So they bring in some height, and they've been trying to get that down low, and their scoring has been a lot more balanced, where Natalie Godlob leads the way for MCM Fighting Cougars with 8 points, followed by JC Pulse, the sophomore, who has 1 3-pointer to her credit. McKenna Krantz has a couple of field goals with 4 points. Morgan Erickson has 4 points. Madison Kepsel has 5 points with 3 free throws. And Morgan Kepsel has 3. Morgan Kepsel, who led the way in the last game, I believe, with like 26 points. And she was able to score inside and outside and kind of do whatever she could do defensively. And you can see that there's a little bit of frustration on her face as she goes down low. She gets pretty physical with the girls defensively, but they're able to stand their ground and have forced some bad shots out of Morgan Kepsel, or at least she hasn't been able to make the shots that she made before. And then Abigail Van Ruler, the 6'3" sophomore, has 4 points, who's been able to get the ball down low and put up some easy baskets for MCM. So that's your scoring for this game. Again, it's 35-35. We're going to take another 3-minute break, and we should be back to the action here from Chester in the semifinal game of the Big East Conference Girls Tournament. Again, a 3-minute break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. We're just about ready to get started here in our second half of our Big East Conference Girls Basketball Tournament semifinal between McCook Central Montrose and the Sioux Valley Cossacks. We'll see what sort of changes both coaches have made, where the bulk of the scoring again for Sioux Valley has come from Lindsay Stevens with 18 points, followed by Rachel Miller with 10. And then MCM has had a little bit more of a balanced attack where they've tried to get the ball down low as much as they can, but Mike and Vincent has done a tremendous job defensively, although she has 3 fouls, so that could play into this game later on. They might try to get the ball down low and try to force that action again, so we'll see what happens. It's Sioux Valley basketball. Sioux Valley's going to our left. Here's Rodden at the top of the key, getting things set up. Again, they get back into that sort of pressure one-on-one. Granum being guarded closely by Krantz. They get the ball to Vincent. Stevens drives into the paint, puts up a shot. She was rebounded by Miller. Kepsel challenged that. Granum has the ball. Graham's going to drive into the lane, put up a shot. Up and in and good. Crowd thought that Stevens was fouled physically by Kepsel when she went up for that shot, and there was some contact. Here's Erickson in the paint with a short shot. Rebound by Gottlob. Gottlob steps over to her right, puts a shot up in and good. Rodden tries to get the ball to Miller at the top of the key, a little over her head, but Rodden's able to find that. Stevens is open for 3, has a good look at it. In and out, rebound by Gottlob. Gottlob gets the ball to Erickson. Erickson guarded by Vincent. Vincent's guarding her pretty tightly up top. I'm not really, they called a foul on somebody. They're going to call that foul on Vincent, and I'm not really quite sure what she did to earn that 4th foul so soon in this second half. So Abby Schneider's going to come into the game for her. It'll be MCM basketball. Pulse has the ball on the right baseline. She dribbles back out to the wing, gets it to Krantz, over to Erickson, trying to get the ball down low to either Kepsel or Gottlob. Kepsel has it. Nice pass to Pulse, but Pulse wasn't able to see it. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball. Your score is 37-37. It's tied up, 6:36 to go. Rodden will bring the ball up the court. Looking to pass the ball to Granum. She wasn't open. They get the ball over to Miller. Miller's going to drive into the paint, kick it back out to Stevens. Over to Rodden. Rodden, little pump fake, shoots. Rebound by Schneider. Kicks it back out to Stevens. Stevens, shot fake, puts the ball up, challenging Kepsel. Went a little strong. Rebound by Kepsel. Will bring the ball up the court, guarded by Stevens. She passes the ball back off, looks to get it back, gets it back in. No good. Rebound by Gottlob, kind of. Kicked back out to Krantz. Krantz to Erickson for 15. She makes that shot. Drop my paper here. We got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here. Coach Jamie Granum's going to get in the ear of one of the refs. Said that was Gottlob who made that shot. I think. I'm not getting any help from the stats up there either. I should keep talking while this goes on. I'm just trying to figure out who scored what. That was Erickson who made that shot. My fault. So there we go. The timeout's over already. So we're going to see what kind of changes we have. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball. MCM took the lead with that shot, 39-37 with 5:53 to go in the third quarter of this game. Rodden has the ball. She passes it to Stevens. Stevens is going to drive against Erickson, kick it back out to Granum for 3, and that shot is good. Granum with her third three-pointer of the game gives Sioux Valley the lead by 1, 40-39. Sioux Valley in a full court press. Kepsel passes the ball to Gottlob. Gottlob gets it back out to Erickson, who's guarded by Miller. Get the ball to Kranz on the left wing. Skip pass all the way over to Pulse. Down low to Kepsel, guarded by Schneider. Gottlob gets the rebound and puts the ball back up and in. Rodden forces the action. Stevens to Rodden. Rodden looking to generate some activity. Seems to be Stevens has the ball now at the top of the key. Gets it back to Rodden. Rodden drives against gives the ball to Granum for three. Yes. 2-point lead for Sioux Valley with 4:50 to go. 43-41. Kepsel being guarded by Stevens now. Stevens trying to stay with her. She tips the ball away. Then a collar with something on the arm on the floor. And that is Stevens' second foul of the game. She reached in and across the body of Kepsel, and that is generally a foul. Here's Pulse. Pulse has it at the top of the key. Skip pass over to Kranz on the left wing, guarded by Rodden. Back to Pulse. Down low to Godlob, guarded by Schneider. She puts the ball up and in, good. They're letting them play down low because it's getting pretty physical down low. Rodden has it on the left wing. She throws the ball to Stevens, who went the other direction. That'll be a Sioux Valley turnover. The score is 43-43 with 4:17 to go. MCM has a chance to take the lead in this ball game. Pulse will bring the ball up the court. Slowing things down now. Madison Kepsel in the game. Morgan Kepsel to Madison Kepsel, guarded by Stevens. And she traveled before she put the shot up. That'll be a turnover. She called it with a little stutter step. So it'll be Sioux Valley basketball. 43-43 with 4:06 to go. We've got a good game going here in the semifinal of the Big East Conference Girls Tournament here in Chester. Pulse guarding Rodden. Rodden gets the ball over to Miller. Missed a shot. Rebound by Kepsel. Release. Kepsel tried to get the ball down the court. Stevens picked that ball off. Kepsel back out to the other Kepsel. To Pulse. Puts a layup. Drives in the lane. Puts the ball up and in. Good. Morgan Kepsel knocked the ball away. She was fouled, actually, by Cassie Rodden. As Morgan decided to, Kepsel decided to do a little full court press of her own. She did get the ball, and Rodden reached in and got the ball back, but fouled her. Here's Kranz at the top of the key, passes it over to Erickson for three. She took a couple of steps before she took the shot. And Schneider ended up on the ground. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball with an MCM lead, 45-43. Vincent's going to come back into the game for Schneider. MCM has a 2-point lead with 3:32 to go in the third quarter. Vincent comes back in with 4 fouls. Rodden has the ball at the top of the key, gets the ball to Stevens. Pulse went for the steal but missed it. Stevens trying to get the ball to Granum. One over her head. Granum saves it from going out of bounds, but Madison Kepsel gets it. He gives the ball back to Morgan Kepsel, who's going to be point guard right now, guarded by Stevens. She tries to do a little move, but she went down. She hurt herself. Ball goes off of Lindsay Stevens. Morgan Kepsel might have hurt her ankle when she tried to do a little crossover. So they're going to give her a break. Van Ruler's going to come in for her. She seems to be okay as she ran off the court. Hopefully she is. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Erickson gets the ball to Van Ruler. Back out to Erickson, trying to get the ball down low to Van Ruler or the other Kepsel, Madison Kepsel. Cassie Rodden playing some good defense. Knocked away by Granum. Rodden has the ball. She's going to go coast to coast, left side. Ball's up and in and good. Ties up the ball game, 45-45. Cassie Rodden coast to coast. A nice layup. Steal by Granum to set that play up. Trying to get the ball down low to Van Ruler. Skip pass. Got it down low to Madison. Kepsel puts the ball up and in. Rodden has the ball at the top of the key. Gets the ball to Stevens, who's going to drive to her right into the paint. Forced little contact. Going to call a foul on Erickson, I think. That foul is on Erickson. I'm not sure if it was a shooting foul or not. It is a shooting foul. So Stevens is going to get a chance to tie this ball game up. She can make both her free throws. Abby Schneider back into the game for Vincent. Stevens' first shot is up. It's no good. Godlob's going to come back into the game for Pulse. MCM going with a big lineup again. 3 people over 6 feet tall out there. Perry Lidke's going to check into this game too. Stevens' second free throw is good. 47-46. MCM leads by 1 with 2:23 to go. Stevens with 19 points so far. Full court press applied by Sioux Valley. Kranz has the ball. And she dribbled the ball out of bounds. So it'll be Sioux Valley basketball. With 2:17 to go, Mike and Vincent checks back into the game for Perry Lidke. Going to try to give Vincent some offense here. 47-46 with 2:17 to go. Rodden will bring the ball up the court as they set up into their offense. Ball to Miller, who's not guarded by Gottlob. Vincent for 3. She nails it from three-point land. Mike and Vincent had all day to be able to look at that one, and that gives a 2-point lead to Sioux Valley. MCM gets the ball across through the press. Madison Vincent gets it to Van Ruler, whose shot was up and no good. Rebound by Rodden, actually by Granum. Rodden's going to run the ball in transition. Gets it down low to Stevens, who's double teamed. She's tied up by Van Ruler, but they're going to call a foul on Van Ruler. It's her second foul of the game. Morgan Kepsel will come in. Pulse will come back in for MCM. It's a non-shooting foul. Sioux Valley has the lead 49-47 with 1:37 to go. Get the ball to Granum. Back to Rodden. Out to Vincent. To Rodden, who's open for 3. Rodden deals the three-pointer. 52-47, 1:29 to go. There's a timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout too. We're listening to Sioux Valley basketball on B93.7. And we're back to basketball. It'll be MCM basketball. Sioux Valley will apply the press. Cassie Rodden just made a 3, made the 5-point lead for Sioux Valley with 1:29 to go here in the third quarter. Morgan Kepsel has the ball. She's guarded by Stevens. She picks up her dribble, skip pass to Pulse, who calmly dribbles the ball across the 10-second line and gets the ball to Krantz, over to Kepsel, who's trying to get the ball down low to Gottlob, guarded by Miller. Pulse has the ball, guarded by Granum. Out top to Krantz at the top of the key to Morgan Kepsel, who drives against Stevens, kicks the ball back out to Krantz. Krantz to Pulse on the left baseline. Krantz driving into the lane against Stevens. Stevens, actually Cassie Rodden had put her arm up, drew a little contact, and that's a foul. So Pulse will get a chance at, or Krantz will get a chance at a couple of free throws. 57.3 seconds to go. It's 47-52. Krantz's first free throw's up and no good. So Krantz only had 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and she drove into the right baseline, got onto the block, and Rodden was there, challenged her. Second free throw's good, and she drew the foul. Miller tried to pass the ball inside to Stevens, and that was, they're going to call a foul down low on JC Pulse, who stuck her arm in there to try to knock the pass away, but made a little body contact too. So it'll be Sioux Valley basketball underneath. Lindsey Stevens will look to inbounds the ball. As they go through, kick the ball back out to Cassie Rodden at the top of the key. Ball to Granum, who was double teamed outside at the left, on the right wing. Stevens going to drive in, do a little Euro step, went up for the rebound, and she knocks it out of bounds. It'll be MCM basketball. Schneider will check into the game for Vincent. Pulse has the ball, guarded by Granum. Full court press applied. Pulse is going to try to dribble out this by herself. She gets it to Krantz, who is unguarded, still unguarded. Miller stops into Challenger, but she puts the shot up and in and good. Rodden's going to dribble across the court, get some. Shot clock is off. There's 20 seconds to go. It's 50-52. We're going to go for Sioux Valley's going to go for a last second shot here. Try to further their lead going into the fourth quarter. Now they start things. Granum to Miller. Miller at the top of the key. Gets it back to Rodden. Rodden drives into the lane. Puts up a little floater. And that's no good. Kepsel. Last second heave is no good. So we're at the fourth quarter. It's 52-50. Sioux Valley leads going into the final 8 minutes. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back to the action here from Chester. You're listening to Sioux Valley basketball on B93.7. And we're back to the fourth quarter in basketball action here from Chester, where we've got a game 52-50. Sioux Valley leads. It's MCM basketball. Krantz has the ball, passes it over to Madison Kepsel. Madison Kepsel guarded by Schneider. Gets the ball inside to Morgan Schneider. Puts the shot up and in and good, and she's fouled. MCM getting back to the basketball that got them into this. So that'll be Lindsey Stevens' fourth foul of the game. Mike and Vincent will come back in. Free throws up. Makes its way over the front of the rim and good. MCM has a 1-point lead, 53-52. Rodden unchallenged into the paint. Miller back to Rodden out top. Who dribbles over to the top of the key, passes the ball to Granum, to Miller. Back to Granum. Guarded by Krantz, dribbled around her. Krantz reached her arm around. She's going to get called for the foul. That's her first foul of the game. Erickson will come into the game for Krantz. Sioux Valley basketball underneath their own basket. Miller will do the inbounds. Gets it to Rodden. To Granum. Granum drives into the paint. Puts up a little left-handed shot. Short. Rebound by Morgan Kepsel. Kepsel will dribble up. Guarded by Stevens. She gets the ball to Pulse. Pulse on the right wing. Drives into the paint. Puts up a shot and it's short. Rebound by Rodden. Who passed the ball all the way down to Granum, who's open from three. And she makes it! Morgan Kepsel tried to block that shot, but she was too late to get to the basketball. Carly Granum's fifth three-pointer of the game gives Sioux Valley a 2-point lead with 6:55 to go. It's 55-53. MCM has the ball. Skip pass to Morgan Kepsel. Went around Vincent and Miller to put a little layup to tie the game back up. MCM getting down to what they usually do. Backdoor pass to Stevens from Rodden. Nice play. Not really a pick and roll, but a backdoor cut by Stevens and nice court vision by Rodden. Looks like we're in a zone defense here. Down low to Gottlob. Out top to Erickson. Jump shot, no good. Rebound by Miller. Miller over to Rodden. Rodden's going to dribble up. Across the half-court line. Kick it down to Vincent for three. And that's good! Stop and pop three from Mike and Vincent. There's a 5-point lead back to Sioux Valley with 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Kepsel has the ball, passes it over to Pulse, looking to get the ball down low to Madison Kepsel, who's battling against Mike and Vincent for position. She has position against her. Good pass from Pulse to Kepsel, and there's a timeout on the floor. And that's a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout too. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Back to basketball here at Chester in the semifinal game where we got a 3-point lead for Sioux Valley Cossacks against the MCM Fighting Cougars, 57-60 with 5:44 to go. Rodden bringing the ball up the court, looking to set up the offense. MCM getting back to their bread and butter, so to speak, getting the ball down low to Madison Vincent. Mike and Vincent for three. Rebound by Granum. Granum gets it back out to Vincent. Rodden, kick over to Miller, back to Rodden. Slow things down a little bit, get the ball to Granum, to Miller. Miller, they're going to leave her open from three, and she has it. Wide open, dribbles in a little bit, kicks it back out to Rodden. They're going to set something up. Stevens has it, passes it back to Granum. Ball fake from Granum, they're going to call it for a travel. It'll be MCM basketball. Took a step as she did that little pump fake, or 2 steps, and they called her for that. Pulse will bring the ball up slowly, guarded by Stevens. Gets the ball down low to Kepsel, who is wide open, left-handed shot, uncontested. Again, the bread and butter for MCM is to get the ball down low to the 6 foot full of people above 6 feet tall and let them do their work. Rodden will get the ball to Granum. Granum's going to dribble in, get the ball to Miller, back out to Stevens. Stevens going to dribble into the paint, kick it back out to Rodden. Rodden's going to drive into the paint, kick it back out to Miller from about 18 feet. She missed that shot. Morgan Kepsel gets the ball. Krantz has rebounded it, kicked it out to Kepsel, gave it to Stevens, or gave it to Krantz, and Stevens is out on the top of the point, contesting the ball. Down low to Kepsel. Morgan Kepsel, she scores another shot. Again, the bread and butter of MCM is to use that height. Gives them a 1-point lead with 4:11 to go, 61-60 in your semifinal game between McCook Central and Montrose Fighting Cougars. Trying to get the ball down low to Stevens, thrown out of bounds. Just a little bit out of her reach. The MCM basketball. Schneider's going to check into this game, giving Vincent a little bit of a break. MCM has the ball. Pulse is going to bring it up. Deliberately dribbles across the half-point line, or the half-court line. Skip pass down to Kepsel, who was fouled by Rodden. Doing whatever they can to get the ball down low. She was fouled by Cassie Rodden. Vincent will come back into the game for Schneider. Kepsel will get a chance to lengthen the lead here at 63-60. She makes her free throw. 64-60. Quick turnaround in the score here as MCM has battled to get the ball down low. We got a timeout on the floor. Not sure if it's a full timeout or a 30-second timeout. Depends. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. To turn the game around, MCM has gotten the ball down low to Morgan and Madison Kepsel as Sioux Valley is in the zone defense and in some foul trouble for some of the folks that play down low. Mike Vincent has 4. Lindsey Stevens has 4 fouls. And Cassie Rodden has 3 fouls. So they can't really contest a lot of those shots. And Morgan Kepsel is 6'2" and pretty powerful down there, so she can make some strong post moves. And on that last play, she definitely earned her keep on that one as there's a skip pass, a nice pass from outside by MCM from Krantz, I believe, who got the ball down low to Kepsel. So we're going to see what happens defensively here for Sioux Valley. And offensively, it's 3:48 to go, 64-60. Sioux Valley will have the basketball. Little discussion with Jamie Granum at the scorer's table here. Rodden has the basketball at the top of the key, directing some of the... Granum has the ball now, top of the key, gets the ball to Miller, hands the ball off to Stevens, gets the ball to Granum, dribbles down the left baseline, cut off. Down low to Miller, who's wide open. Nice off the glass shot for Miller, who's back on the scoring for Sioux Valley. MCM has the ball now. Morgan Kepsel is trying to post up. Erickson will dribble against Miller. Kepsel battling down low. We got a timeout from MCM. Another 30-second timeout. We'll take a timeout too, and we'll be back in a minute. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Back to basketball. MCM was able to get the ball down low to Morgan Kepsel, put the ball up and in. Trying to get it to her again. Pass knocked away. It's MCM basketball. Vincent in the reach around gets the ball. They're going to call a jump ball as Morgan Kepsel went down on the ground to get that ball away. It'll be Sioux Valley basketball. The score is 66-62 with 2:32 to go. Sioux Valley basketball. Cassie Rodden will bring the ball across the half-court line. Passes the ball to Granum, to Miller. Miller's going to let some things happen. Vincent is open from the right for three, just a little bit off. She was knocked down to the floor by Madison Kepsel. Baseball pass down the court, but that was knocked away by Miller and into the stage. Madison Kepsel went out to challenge that shot, and she just bowled over Mike and Vincent after she shot that. There was no call on that play. Erickson will inbounds the ball for MCM, gets the ball to Kepsel from 15 feet. That shot's good. Morgan Kepsel with a nice jump shot. Rodden's going to dribble into the paint, kick the ball out to Stevens, to Rodden. Rodden's going to hand the ball off to Granum. Granum looks for the pick. She's double teamed. Back out to Rodden. The ball is tipped. Down low to Schneider. Back out to Miller for three. Just a little bit off the mark. Rebound by Krantz. Gets the ball to Kepsel. So Pulse is going to slow the ball down because there's a 6-point lead for MCM, 68-62. Pulse is just going to drive into the lane with that. Shot goes over, rebound by Madison Kepsel. Shot was good. We got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a timeout too. Your score is 70-62 with 1:33 to go. You're listening to Sioux Valley Basketball on B93.7. Back to basketball here in Chester. MCM, or actually Sioux Valley, had the basketball, and they had Carly Granum, who tried to shoot a three-pointer, and it was blocked by Morgan Kepsel, I think. And they got the ball back, and they immediately fouled JC Pulse as there's 1:22 to go with an 8-point lead, and we'll see how JC Pulse does on her free throws. She makes the first one. Makes it a 9-point game, 71-62, 1:22 to go. Second free throw's up, and it's good. Cassie Rodden has the ball at the top of the key, looking to generate some offense. She needs some quick points. Rodden has the ball guarded by Gottlob. She goes around Gottlob. Rebound by MCM, fouled by Miller. Gottlob had the ball on that rebound. She was fouled by Miller. She'll get a chance at a couple of free throws too. Miller's third foul of the game. Natalie Gottlob at the free throw line to further the lead. It's a 10-point lead now, 72-62. Free throws up, no good. This is a 1-on-1 situation. Rodden has the ball dribbling up the court. Gets the ball to Vincent, to Stevens, to Granum, who dribbles into the paint. Puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Erickson. Sioux Valley looking to foul maybe. MCM's not going to pass the ball around and not let them do it. Foul by Granum on Krantz. 47 seconds left, 10-point lead for MCM. Krantz will get a chance at a couple of free throws. First free throw's up and good. It's a 1-on-1 as Sioux Valley's in the bonus. Second free throw's up, short. Rebound by Vincent. Vincent's going to dribble down the length of the court, put up a three from the top of the key. Just a little bit off the mark. Rebound by Pulse. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Rodden or Stevens as they both closed ground on her. 73-62, 38 seconds to go in our semifinal game between Sioux Valley and McCook Central Montrose. Get the ball to Kepsel. Stevens is guarding her tightly. Rodden, Granum, ball to Gottlob to Pulse. Pulse is going to shoot a layup, and it's good. Rodden's going to dribble the ball down the court, shoots a three-pointer, no good, goes out of bounds. 18 seconds to go, 13 points lead for MCM, and the MCM faithful are standing up. JC Pulse has the ball. He's going to dribble down, and this is going to be the end of the ball game. 10 seconds to go, 75-62. That was a heck of a game that Sioux Valley put up as they were beaten pretty handily in their first matchup, and they came to play in this second game, and MCM was down by 5 at the end of the third